Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for all things Charleston and beyond. I'm Ashley Meservey. For almost 100 years, the folks here at Fox Music House have been filling the hearts and minds of so many. Today, we're learning about this family-owned business that spans over some 4 generations. Joining us today, we have Joseph Fox here at Fox Music House. Thank you so much for having us today.
Pleasure to have y'all here.
Okay, this place is huge first off, but before we take a little tour around here, I want to talk about the rich history. This is 4 generations of history here, right?
Absolutely. So my great-grandfather started Fox Music in 1928 in downtown Charleston. We were there for almost 60 years. We just moved here from Montague, where we were for almost 25 years.
Okay, so talk about some of the people that come in and out of your doors here. I mean, I've never been here before. It's absolutely incredible. You have several layers of things that you do here.
Yeah, 100%. So, a lot of time, first-time people, we're a bit of a destination.
Yeah.
Being the largest piano store in the Southeast, folks come from all over to come here. Having said that, though, most of our customers have been here through a generation or 2 or 3. They know my great-grandfather I didn't get to meet. A lot of them are churches. We do a lot of church business and work with a lot of ministries, and a ton of them are schools. Education's big for us, so getting kids into piano or any instrument for that matter.
Talk about what, the educational component here, because you actually do lessons, you were telling me back there, you do things for kids with learning disabilities, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, so music therapy is new for us. We're actually starting that in August. We're really excited about that. It's the first time we've ever done that. But yeah, we offer group classes for piano and most other instruments and theory classes. We have some really talented teachers through Black Tie. They have locations all over the place, so if this isn't close to you, they can find one that is. But it goes even more into when you come here, it's not just about, selling a piano to you or finding a piano that's right for you. We want you to learn about instruments. So we do field trips here. This is amazing. Oh yeah, it's this piano store, we get 5 customers a day.
Yeah.
We'll have 80 kids in here.
And they're like, dream, right?
80 children in here. We split them up into groups. Everyone gets to tune a string. They get to record themselves on a microphone. They'll get to see a Hammond organ, see how a Leslie spins.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they go to the repair room to see how to solder. And it's
an education, right?
Man.
I wish I would have.
And they're all lit up and they get to play $200,000 piano.
Which is crazy town.
There's only like 7 of those in America. You know what I mean? It is wild.
He is pumped up, everyone, and I can tell, and so am I. Talk about some of the other things. I see that you have like those are violins, right?
For sure, yeah. So strings instruments,
okay.
we do a lot of that, and that's a growing part of our business. So those also we rent. So for students that are trying the waters, they might start on violin but go to cello, or start on cello and go to bass, or
go to a recorder. They never make that transition, right?
Usually they start on recorder. That's a cool note. So every school in the area, we worked hard for that you sometime 2nd, 3rd, and a little bit of 4th grade, you're going to take recorder.
I did.
Right.
Yeah. I remember getting my name, like my initials or whatever, because you didn't want to have someone take your recorder, get them all mixed. Yeah, that's just nasty.
Yeah. So we sell a ton of recorders.
Yeah. So we got those here too.
Every school year, come by and get one. It's fun. It gives kids that kind of foundation for pitch. You can play all notes of the scale with a recorder, and it's simple, fun. You can put it in your pocket.
And also the fact that you buy something here, you can keep coming back here not only to buy another one, obviously, but to get them tuned and things like that, repaired.
So service is what we sell, and anything that we sell, we are going to service. So we have 2 technicians on staff for the pianos. We have a technician that does all of our wind instruments and all of our string instruments as well. And we take that even further to say that, hey, today you get in a keyboard, something small. Next year you want to step into an acoustic instrument, get into a new house or multiple.
Then you can have the baby grand piano,
you
right?
Can have that
Is that
piano.
what it's called?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I didn't want to mess that one up. But I also think it's fascinating. We were talking about 4 generations. You just had a daughter, right? And so you're like, it's going to be 5, right?
5 generations, yeah. Very excited about that, baby girl.
You're evolving though. I mean, do you think that 4 generations ago that what is it? Great.
My great-grandfather.
Great. Do you think that he thought this? I mean, he's probably looking down, real impressed with all the things that y'all are doing here.
Yeah, it's changed a ton. He was actually a repair person, so. I'm getting emotional on this one.
I know it's okay if you get emotional. I think that's pretty incredible. I mean, especially this day and age, to get people to hold on to that type of dream over 4 generations, you just don't see that.
It's a rarity. I didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
Because I was always here. I was cleaning floors or taking more pianos or fixing something, but Yeah, we do. I mean, my grandfather did it. I knew him well. He was my mentor. My father is still active in the business every day, although I'm trying hard to get him to retire. He has grandbabies now, so spend more time with them. But my great-grandfather came over from Poland, and he was a violin player, did not speak English, and he found if he played music with people, he made friends. And so he did that, and he found really a kindred spirit with, back in the day, black churches. And he could just walk up to them, say, hey, this is what I do. I'm glad to fix instruments. I need to make a little bit of money. Agree on a fair price, and he serviced their instruments for them. And that kind of grew over a period of about 10 years to where he bought Seedlings Music, the oldest music store in America at the time. And that's where we started pianos. That was the very first piano that he sold. And by then he'd gotten a little mastery of English. He couldn't quite pronounce all the names yet, but the German names like Steinway he knew. And then he hired his first technician, Ray Friday, and they started a whole shop.
And the rest is history. This is a living local first, because now I'm getting teary-eyed over here. And I have to mention this, you also have someone here who made quite the impact with Emmanuel Church, during that tragedy as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to get us both bawling, but I'm like, well, but I mean, it's a pretty special moment, right? Tell us about that.
You never know when you're going to be called upon to have your gifts and share them, and Charles Miller absolutely did. He's a talented musician that's honed his craft very well. He's actually from the AME Church. He's played at Mother Emanuel in his home church, Trinity. And it just happened to be, he's a Hammond organ kind of guy. And he was sitting there when President Obama began to sing, and he is blessed with a gifted ear, and he has honed that craft to the point where he matched that voice perfectly in time. And it's a moment that he'll always remember as a positive thing that reinforced what he does every Sunday and Wednesday, and for other funerals. So it was not the norm by any means. But it brought a lot of peace to everybody.
It did, and it's a moment that I think all of us as Charlestonians will remember, and Americans as well. That was a very special moment. Okay, I'm not gonna make us cry anymore. Let's end on people need to come in here, because not only are you gonna learn a lot about rich history, you are such a nice guy, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, the nicest guy.
It's the only way to be, right?
Okay, so where else should we go other than Fox Music House for more information? You really want people just to come by and visit,
Come by, yeah. So do like us on Facebook. We you'll see a little bit of the tour of the events here, but we have events happening all the time. We're bringing in musicians, usually for classes. So it's not a show where you can't see them and you're in the field and they're on stage and you're arms away. This, you actually get to meet somebody and learn. Say, hey man, why do you play bass that way, or how did you learn? And it's a whole new world for us, because the background of music is what gets musicians excited. What gets a kid, I want to play drums. That's the instrument that I saw a drummer and I want to play drums. Or I saw this guy play saxophone and there's no other instruments except for me except for saxophone. That's where I'm going to go, right? And that's what it takes. You show a kid a little spark and they just blossom, they grow up.
Because it's a universal language, right?
That's right.
All right, well, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And again, for more information, you can, of course, head online to foxmusichouse.com.